This morning I was practicing the running Alpine butterfly, and this is what I ended up with. And there'll be 2 points to this, in that I think the verification step of whatever knot you're tying is an important step, and it really hasn't been stressed. We all do the tie, dress, and set, but whatever method you use or learn to verify your knots, I think is an important step. So that's what I ended up with, right? It looks like an Alpine butterfly, but when I went to the other side, it has a parallel and a parallel, and I thought, whoa, that's not right, because I know one side or the other is going to have a parallel and a cross. You can kind of dress this so that it might have a cross on one side, but when you go to set it, the cross really comes back out, so you're really left with just two parallel sides. So I thought, wow, I made a mistake in here somewhere in tying this, and I figured out what it was. And maybe it has to do with the way that I've learned to tie this, but as I pointed out in a previous video, I tie it and I start with the slippery overhand knot. It's the same knot I use to pull up a cambium saver or all kinds of things, but it's a slippery overhand knot. And then you take this out, put it around your object, whether it be the rope or an object, and you put it back in. So that was easy enough. And the mistake I made was, remember I associated with the bowline and that the snake comes out of the hole, right? We like that idea. But this mistake I made was this loop was a little bit longer than normal, and so I came back down to that hole. So I'm really going back through two holes. If you can see that, that was my error. So when I tied, dressed, and set it, I went to verify it and realized that it has two parallel sides. It is not a correctly tied Alpine butterfly. No, I don't know what knot that is. It may be a very good knot, it may be effective, it may not come out, but it's not the Alpine butterfly or even a slight derivative of the Alpine butterfly. And so I just wanted to point that out. So again, the correct and pretty easy method of knowing how to tie the running Alpine butterfly: left overhand knot loop, a slippery overhand knot. The rope goes out, comes around, whatever, comes back in. Normally that loop is small or non-existent. The snake comes out of the hole and goes back in the hole. You tie, dress, and set, and again, that verification step is very crucial. It's a parallel side and it's got a cross. There's some slight deviation of that with which side the parallel and the cross is on, and I think the important point is that it has a parallel and a cross in there somewhere. The running Alpine butterfly.